got another episode of the War to End All Fantasy Podcast. I'm your host, as always, the Jugler, a.k.a. Dunkirk Cousins, a.k.a. your commissioner, bringing you all the new stats, old stats, and current stats of this epic league that I have created over the past 9 years. Currently hold the title. And, just a little update on my life, because you guys are tuning in for that as much as anything else, right? I'm back on the wagon. I can never remember. Is it on the wagon or off the wagon? I cannot remember, but I went 20 days sober, and I just couldn't do it. Just couldn't do it anymore. So, I'm back. Also, I caught my finger in a fucking table saw. I didn't lose it, but it got fucked, bud, So, good, it could be worse. The good news is that
got a terrific penis.
I got a terrific penis. So, that's all that matters in the end of the day. All right, we're gonna jump right in and talk about some fucking smooth sailors, dude. At first I was like, is this for real? Because the boy got 60 points last week, and now he's got 161 points. My boy, the guy, y'all don't know him that well. He's a newbie, but the youngin', fucking goddamn Saving Private Matt Ryan, dude.
Drink it in. It always goes down smooth.
Smooth sailor of week 4. Cram and Rackus also have a honorable mention, being that Cram got 111.5, Rackus got 111.1. Rackus with the W, dude. With the W, how about that? Oh my god! Rackus, dude. Fucking leaving me hanging down here. Fucking hey, dude. But he got the win. The close score of the week was Rackus and Iwa Jimbo Fisher. It necessarily wasn't the closest end, but obviously going into Monday night, San Fran needed to put up some points. They got 22. So I'll just give it to you, Forrest, even though you don't really deserve it because you're doing just fine, but it was a tough loss for you.
This isn't the biggest bag over the head punch in the face I ever got. God damn it!
Son. And I love this. Full Metal Johnson got the call out last episode for a big win. Fucking yeah. I mean, everyone actually being the biggest moron of the week. Fucking moron of the week. He got 81.4. My boy Landon Curtis, but everyone did pretty well last week as far as scores. It was all pretty damn tight, but Landon.
What are you, a fucking moron?
Fucking moron of the week. There you go. From big to small, he's a roller coaster of a man, loves his ups and downs. And we'll go with that. So we got a train coming. I've been waiting for a train to come during the pod. I can only afford so much of rent, so I had to move right into a fucking railroad track. But,
I wish you could just shut your big yapper.
All right? Don't fuck with me, dude. Anyway, we got a trade.
Let me make you a deal, all right? You get the motor, you keep your money. And I'll get your baby.
We got Bobby Trebuchet made a deal with me, kind of last minute. I was fucking, I don't know about you guys, but the trade market has been hot this year, man. And, I got Melvin Gordon and A.J. Dillon for David Montgomery and Trevor Lawrence. I love that haul for my boys. Melvin got me 11.8 on a fucking Thursday that was absolute trash, so I feel pretty good about that. And A.J. Dillon is tearing it up currently right now. And, I mean, I just love having fucking running backs, man. You can never have enough. And David Montgomery, I mean, he already got hurt, and he already seems to be splitting time with Herbert. Trevor Lawrence is definitely a loss. But, like I said, stash a fucking quarterback. Can make a deal. The quarterbacks are tight this year. Currently, right now, I'm watching the Green Bay game, 10-20. Looking for Romeo Doubs today. Romeo Doubs, man. What a fucking matchup this week. Oh, my God. That is the fucking matchup this week by far. Feeling fucking good about it, though. Got some good points. A little under 30 on Thursday night. Did not start Cortland Sutton for Doubs. That was my big move of the week. Very fucking risky. Hopefully rewardy, too. But, I don't know, I got some swag.
Penis stiffy, come real sticky, finna dip me,
I think he said penis stiffy, come real sticky. Fucking hear it again.
Penis stiffy, come real sticky, finna dip me,
Yeah. God, that's a good fucking drop. Okay, so, one thing that we have for this week is a guest. And we're going to see how it plays. I have to fucking throw it over my phone, too. So we'll check the lighting. We'll check the sound. We'll get it all nice for you. I don't know. I guess really the end of the day, it's David versus Goliath for me. 4-0. I already made the bet. Y'all saw it. I'm betting him $50. I'm fucking confident about this fucking matchup we got this week, Cram. I am feeling fucking frisky about it. And, yeah, I don't know. I just fucking need to knock you off for everybody. I'm doing this for everybody. And just being fucking... losing to Birch last week.
Why does this keep happening to me?
Another fucking train? Oh my God. Yeah, being 0-4 fucking sucks, man. Being 0-4 fucking sucks. So, gotta get back in it. Alright, well, there's only a few more things. Oh, by the way, got to get this off my chest. And that's the last thing I'll say about this fucking losing streak. Because I'm on the come up. On the come up. Dude. Alright, we're introducing Beal.
Motherfuck, noise, noise. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Noise. Smoking weed, doing coke, drinking beers. Rolling fatties, smoking blunts. Who smokes the blunts? Who smoke the blunts? Rolling blunts and smoking.
There you go. So, first guest of the pod. We got Brady Beal. If you don't know who that is, Landon hates him. So that's a plus right off the bat. Good little check mark there. And he was a old college buddy. We've been talking fantasy a lot. He's been listening to the pod even though he's not a member. And he's on deck in case any of you faggots decide to leave ever. So, see what he has to say.
All right. Welcome into the inaugural episode of What's the Deal with Beal. I devised this little segment to talk about some early round duds that could be losing you some matchups so far, and also talk about maybe some late round studs that could be winning you some games. We're going to talk about whether or not these highs and lows have any longevity. And we'll probably double back here in maybe another 4 weeks.
Fucking Kratz calling me? God damn it. Kratz, you're calling me while I'm doing a pod here, bud. What the fuck, man? I'm in the middle of pod right now. I'm podding up right now.
Am I on the pod?
You're on pod right now, dude.
I'm on the pod. Hey, boys. Hey.
There's no call and response. You know, it's only one-sided.
Yeah. That's the thing. I like it one-sided. I just talk. You know.
You're a lonely guy. What can you do?
And I think you should tell everybody how your night went last night. That's what I'm calling for.
I got kicked out of a bar last night.
Oh, buddy.
I fucking met up with the goof sack, right?
Yeah. Okay. Is this on pod?
Yeah. Yeah, I met up with the goof sack. Fucking took a train down in there, so I didn't even drive. And she was at my fucking friend's. Like, I know this dude from like 5th grade boys Latin. He left in like 6th grade, I think. But my boy, like I hung out with this dude all the time in lower school. Skylar Helfrich. She was at his wedding.
Oh, okay.
So like I fucking knew the groom, you know. And I'm like, yo, what's up, dude? Fucking Skylar, bro. Like, fucking got to see old Skylar Helfrich again. And then I'm in the bar. The only reason I got kicked out of the bar was because I was sitting on the back of the fucking couch and had my feet on the couch. And he came over and said some shit. And I was like, all right, yeah. Yeah, you know? And and then he just fucking he like threw the fucking table out, like big macho shit.
Oh wow.
And yeah, and I was like,
for context, I wake up at 2:30 and I see a text from Cole. She flipped. LOL. And then at the same time, I get a text of you and Abby with you in the photo. Were you with her at 2:30 or was this?
No, I don't think so. Not at 2:30. I'm pretty sure I rolled out at like 1:30.
Oh my god! You literally You both texted me at 2:30 on the dot.
It could. I guess it was 2:30. That makes more sense then. I guess it was 2:30. 2:30.
Well, fuck yeah. Well, enjoy the pod. Hey.
Yeah, I actually got something for you on the pod. I don't know if you can hear this or not, but here's a drop for you.
Don't bury your son's body at the Indian burial ground, Starch.
Don't want to go down that road.
Don't want to go down that road.
You don't want to go down that road. Or maybe it's that road.
Or maybe it's that road. All right, Kratz, thanks for tuning into the pod. Give a round up for Kratz.
Oh, it's an honor to be on the pod.
You actually stole Beal's spotlight because now I don't have enough time to get Beal on there. I literally was in the middle of Beal's segment. You flew in, you stashed it from him. So
I flew in and I stole Beal's segment. Oh.
Yeah, dude, he's gonna be super pissed about that.
Oh, I'm looking right at you, Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
All right, good luck, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And after the Kratz segment, we'll be right back after these messages.
I'm feeling empty. I'm feeling blue. I know it's over. And I know it's through. Man, now that's the blues.
Next time you want to die a Pepsi Ray, all you got to do is ask.
Now that's the right one, baby.
I came up with a plan. Lay it on us, bud. It involves pulling up our bootstraps, oiling up a couple of asses, and doing a little plowing of our own. Not gay sex. Oh, okay, because that's what it sounded like.
All right, plowing ahead. The kickoff for the second half started. God damn it, I need some Dobbs. Okay, doing a quick matchups of the week. We got Brandon Holmes against Drew Obston. That's an interesting matchup. Yeah, we got Landon Curtis and Andrew White. So, there it is. So 2-2 on 3-1. Feeling like I'm fighting. I'm going Thielen. Thielen on this one. Bobby Trebuchet is going to get 2 losses in a row. Landon Curtis, Andrew White. Frank's third right. Full Metal Johnson 1-3 against 2-2. Another 1-3, 2-2. Man, I don't know. I think Plow's going to win with a big Mark Andrews week. Forrest Hoffman, Brad Julio. Some big scores, 3-1, 2-2. I think Brad Julio was a flash in the pan, so to speak. So I'm going Forrest Hoffman on that one. Cole Blake, Matt Ryan. Ryan Cram. Matt Ryan, the fuck? Matt Ryan. Trash bucket. Obviously the matchup of the week. And big one. Big one for everybody. Not Cram off his fucking high horse up there. Oh, I'm too good for trades, you know? Fucking idiot. And get on the board for myself. I feel like that would be nice. I just gotta remember to
Hoochie Mama! Hoochie Mama!
just fucking keep Hoochie Mama in, man. We got Foreman Campbell, Chris Wilcox against Rackus. Rackus getting the win last week. Congrats, bud. And I don't know. I think that was a flash in the pan, too. Sorry. I think you're going to lose. Sean Radcliffe, Sam Birch. That's an interesting one. Both 2-2. I'm not even looking at your lineups. I'm going with the gut. I'm going with Birch on this one. Just because of the veteran leadership behind the fucking horse there. All right, boys. Fuck, man. I'm sorry. I gotta clean this up. But I only do it one take, man. It's all one take. And Beal, sorry, dude. I'll have to get you on the next one because we ran out of time. And actually, you know what I'll do? I'll play his shit after the show. If you guys want to listen to Bill's takes, what's happening with Beal? What is this fucking thing? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. Cheers.
All right. Welcome into the inaugural episode of What's the Deal with Beal. I devised this little segment to talk about some early round duds that could be losing you some matchups so far, and also talk about maybe some late round studs could be winning you some games. We're going to talk about whether or not these highs and lows have any longevity. And we'll probably double back here in maybe another 4 weeks and see how we're doing. I guess I'm gonna kick it off here with duds. I'm just looking at my list right now, and it is running back heavy. It is running back heavy. I guess I'm gonna start right at number 5 here, and although this should have been an easy pick, it's not. I got Mahomes with a question mark. I got Burrow with a question mark, and those guys weren't first round in most leagues, hopefully not, but compared to their ADP, seriously underperforming. But at my number 5 spot, I think I gotta give you Najee Harris. When I heard Najee had a Lisfranc fracture or strain or whatever the fuck it was just before the season, I was scared. And regardless of injury, of how much he's been on the field, I think he's ranked at 26 among RBs right now. Hasn't eclipsed 15 points in a game. This is a guy that went first round in most drafts. Hasn't eclipsed 15 points. We're going into week 5 right now. I mean, yeah, gonna go ahead and give Najee. And this was a toss up because they're all toss ups. But I'm gonna give it to Najee. Number 4 is going to Austin Eckler. And I just want to say, if it wasn't for Austin Eckler's last game, he coming in at number 4 here. I gotta go ahead and give it to Austin Eckler. If it wasn't for his 3 touchdown showing last week, he'd probably be number 1 on my list here, just because I know where his ADP was at. Averaging under 10 points a game until, a 30-point showing or some shit. Depends if you're half PPR, but yeah, Austin Eckler can sit firm at my number 4 spot. Finishing the RB1 this past week, it's hard. I could end up eating my words. But, I'm standing firm here. Number 3, it was a toss-up between Mixon and Cook, I'm not going to lie to you, but I want to give it to Joe Mixon because he's hurting me on a personal level. He's got 82 carries right now. That's second in the NFL behind Saquon, I believe. He's got a total of 224 yards. It's 21st among running backs. I think that's just kind of what hurts. It's not that he's not seeing the ball. It's just that the Bengals offense has sort of surprised some people with their lack of productivity so far. And at 82 carries and only getting 224 yards, I need a little bit more out of Mixon before I'm happy taking him off my duds list. Number 2, also affecting me very personally. Cole, I'm going to give you some daps on this one. Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara is number 261 ranked in total points. 261. Some of the people ahead of him, you wouldn't even recognize their names. 61st among running backs, no touchdowns, missed 2 of 4 games, 24 carries for 100 yards total. Man, come on. That's 2 12-carry, 50-yard gains, just 5 for 11 for receptions, 19 total yards. This is hurting me. We'll talk about the longevity of this drought, but Kamara fucking over fantasy managers far and wide, I'm sure, but probably not as bad as my number 1 spot. Number 1 overall in a lot of leagues, JT Jonathan Taylor. God, what did he had 25 points week 1, and he's totaled 20 points the last 3 weeks. And he's injured. He missed his first game since, high school, college, and the pros, besides COVID shit, he's injured. And he's got 20 total, let that sink in, 20 total points over the last 3 weeks. Prior to the injury, with, an ADP of basically 1 overall, 2 overall, JT is underperforming here. Now, Najee. I don't see Najee finishing in the top 10 running backs with this reoccurring injury, and now it's some sort of soft tissue issue. You know how those things go. Steelers look TRBL terrible. I'm gonna say that Najee will pick things up. He's obviously not gonna finish 26 amongst running backs. Probably, gonna score more than 15 points once this year, but I don't think he's going to be the stud that a lot of people draft him in the first round to be. Number 4, Austin Eckler is going to get it going. You can tell that the Chiefs are starting to put the pieces together. I mean, with the receiver core kind of banged up, you'd expect him to have bigger weeks like he had last week. They're going into some easier opponents. Austin Eckler, we will not be talking about in 4 weeks. Mixon, we will not be talking about in 4 weeks, especially after they beat up on the fucking Ravens like they did last year. Sorry, I had to sneak that one in there, guys. Kamara, I think Kamara is going to be the reason I lose one of my fantasy leagues. Drafting him fucking early second round, thinking I was all sly, laughing at Saquon going a few picks later. No, I fucked up, guys. Kamara's not going to get it going. I believe we will be talking about Kamara on week 8's, episode of What's the Deal with Beal. We're going to be talking about Kamara probably week 12. And if I'm still alive, week 16, we'll probably talk about him too. But this guy could end up just having me off at, I just can't do it. JT, JT will be fine. I mean, we are one game into week 5. Honestly, your penalty for your league should be making the loser rewatch that fucking game because, my God, the only guy I want to hear from is the guy that put $100 on the, fact that it would be a scoreless game at 7,000 to 1 odds. That's the only guy I'll talk about this game with. But besides that, I want to just blank it out from my memory. So it's, didn't get to see JT in week 5. We got to see a just abysmal Colts offense, facing goddamn Russ. I don't know what that guy's doing, but I'm hoping we won't be talking about JT in week 8's episode. That's studs. That was a little more fun to talk about here. Now, studs. Okay, so. All right. Let's keep things moving here and jump on over to some late round studs. Some people that, are just outperforming their ADP. Maybe they were drafted a little higher, but are just having, sort of first round performances so far. What I like to do for these segments is I like to sort of just look at like the top 10, top 20 in rushing, top 20 in receiving, and look at some names or some numbers that are just jumping off the fucking board to me. Like looking at, what do I see right here? Mac Hollins averaging 16.1 yards per attempt. Fuck that guy. Are you kidding? Old Eagle, kind of a tool. That's. I'm not going to talk anymore about Mac Hollins, but those are the sort of outliers I'm looking for, and I got a lot of running backs on my stud list here, which I guess is, you sort of, we talk about the running back dead zone before the draft, and there's always going to be a few people that sort of end up jumping out of the dead zone on you, and I always kind of end up drafting the fucking people that suck in that zone. Travis Etienne, I'm looking at you. So, speaking of Travis Etienne, coming in number 5 on my list here is James Robinson. Running back for Jacksonville Jaguars, averaging 4.4, averaging 4.4 yards per attempt, not bad, but, 260 total yards. He's getting 60 attempts so far. 3 rushing touchdowns. If anyone else is in the mire with ETN like I am, that this dude is seeing most of the goal line work. He looks good. He looks strong. He looks confident. ETN looks like a boy out there. He doesn't have it. Brutal pick on my part, but I want to give a little shout out to James Robinson. I doubt his ADP was very high in most leagues. I can't actually find it right now, but boy's been looking good. My number four spot is going to Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is actually 5th right now in running backs, which I bet most people would have had a hard time believing before the season. 70 attempts, 336 yards, averaging almost 5 yards a carry. Josh Jacobs is definitely worth mentioning here at my number 4 spot. Number 3 spot, just sneaking into top 10 running backs is Dameon Pierce. He's beat up on my team in 2 leagues now, which kind of hurts, but 60 attempts, over 300 yards, 5.2 a carry. I sort of looked at the Houston offense and decided to just stay away because if you can't find the end zone very often, you can't score a whole lot of fantasy points. And Dameon Pierce is just, I think he's leading the league in big runs this year, breakout runs, I'm just still hurt from him ravaging my team last week, but we're going to move on here. We're going to jump over to a pair of wide receivers. That's right, a pair, because in my head, these guys are sort of the same people. When you look at top 10 receivers on the year, sneaking in at 9 and 10, you got some pretty household names here. Tyreek at 1, Cortland Sutton at 2, which is, have him on 1 league, and surprising to see him there because he's been pretty good, but only one touchdown on the season. Not a lot of targets, but catching big balls. Also, Diggs and Brown and Cup and Jefferson and Waddle. That's your top 7 right there. Household names. Marquise Brown at 8. It's kind of fun to see. It's a flex in one of my leagues. But 9 and 10, we got Chris Olave and Christian Kirk, some rookies. A rookie and Kirk. But I don't think anyone had these guys breaking top 10 after week 4. And, they both have 36 targets for about 330 yards, so they're averaging over 16 yards. Christian Kirk's got 3 touchdowns. Olave's got 1, but if anyone has been watching that guy the last few weeks, man, I mean, he's went from a lot of people's bench to a lot of people's, wide receiver 2. And I think he was going rounds, as late as 9-10 in some leagues. Definitely, want to give Olave the 2 spot here, but I had to mention Christian Kirk too, just seeing how close they are in points and ADP, and both averaging 80 yards a game. Kudos to those guys coming in as my only wide receivers on my studs list. Number 1, this might be a little controversial. I imagine some people might think it's kind of biased, and I want to let you know that I did not want to have Miles Sanders as my late round stud. He's fucked me. I draft Eagles players all the time. It makes the game more fun to watch for me, or less fun to watch. But this year I was modest. I didn't see the Birds being the best team in football. We can talk more about that later. Nor did I see Miles Sanders after 4 weeks being the running back 3 in the league behind Saquon, Nick Chubb. Saquon, Nick Chubb enter running back 3 here. I wouldn't have given you Miles Sanders. Dude, set the record for rushing yards last year without a touchdown. Just end zone phobic kind of, and we're talking about people that got it, people that don't got it. When I see Miles Sanders, he's joking around too much. He doesn't take the game seriously. He's telling people not to draft him in fantasy because he doesn't think he's going to have a good year. That's not the kind of shit I like to see, not the kind of shit I want to hear. But fucking Miles Sanders is coming in at my number 1 spot for late round studs. I had the chance to take him in the fucking 7th maybe, and I didn't because of the goddamn no touchdowns last year when he was on my team. Once you break my heart, I'm not going to take you back that easy. And I think Miles Sanders sitting in the RB2 spot for a lot of teams is just helping a lot of people out. Last game he had. Last game was an outlier, and that's, and I want to double back here and talk about the longevity of some of my studs. Last game, Miles Sanders had 134 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns, but he had 27 carries. That's basically double his game average of about 13, 14 carries, and in the 134 rushing yards, he had one breakout 35-yard run. So, that's...
Shit. Shit. Let's see. Okay, come on.
And I want to double back here and talk about the longevity of some of my studs. There
we go.
Drafted in late rounds. I hope I'm eating crow, but I just see Hurts taking too much goal line work. Boston Scott's injured right now, but they love Kenny Gainwell. He walked into the end zone from 15 yards untouched last week. That O-line, first game the Eagles played, they had 4 different people with rushing touchdowns. That was sort of my reason not to buy in on any Eagles running backs, is there's just too much to go around over there. But I'm going to give Miles Sanders, a do not return on my studs list in week 8. I'm going to keep Olave here. I liked him. I wanted to draft him. I don't know why I didn't. I think Olave, we'll be talking about him as a late round stud after week 8. Jacksonville's starting to figure out, but I don't think Kirk I don't think Kirk and James Robinson. I don't think I'll have any more Jacksonville players on my studs list. They're surprising, obviously. People are talking about them beating the Eagles. Wasn't going to happen. You know, cute headline, though. I think Jacksonville will start to get a bit of reality check going into the middle of the season here. Dameon Pierce, man, I'm going to keep him up there. That boy looks hungry. There's not a lot of mouths to feed on that offense. People are having a hard time slowing him down. You know, Houston is just losing games, and Dameon Pierce is just fucking racking up fantasy points. That's fun to see. I'm going to keep Josh Jacobs on the studs list. That could be a bit controversial. Obviously, Las Vegas is not looking too hot, but that boy is just, he's hungry out there. And someone that didn't make the list, but I have a lot of faith in is Breece Hall. I'm going to go ahead and say that we'll be talking a little bit more about Breece Hall on Week 8's roundup of What's the Deal with Beal.
There you go.
I came up with a plan. Lay it on us, bud. It involves pulling up our bootstraps, oiling up a couple of asses, and doing a little plowing of our own. Not gay sex.
Oh, okay, because that's what it sounded like.